Someone asked me, what advice would I give to my younger self today? I think there's a little bit more than just some advice that I would give to a previous version of me. On last Thursday's Q&A Thursday, I had a question asked about trauma, and I gave you guys an example of an exercise that you can do to be able to ask the 5 whys and to get to the root cause. Tonight, I have a photo on my screen right now, and I'll put it up right here, of young Dave. Dave from 2012. Dave that was filled with insecurity, anxiety, depression, feelings of aimlessness, worthlessness, being a failure, being a fraud. And tonight I'm going to talk to him. I'm going to show you guys exactly what that looks like.
Welcome to the R.Y.S.E Movement podcast, a place where men just like you learn to raise your standards everywhere.
Welcome to another episode of the R.Y.S.E Movement podcast. Like I said, tonight's podcast is all about me having a little conversation with the previous version of me. The reason why we do this, and it can be done out loud, it can be done in a journal, it can be done through video, but the main thing is that it gets done. You carry with you every previous version of you inside of your unconscious, inside of your body. Every single one of us has parts of our previous selves that we need to wrap up and to integrate to be able to bring to completion. Whether that be childhood insecurities or being bullied or feelings of inadequacy or whatever it is. Every single one of us has a previous version of us that we need to heal and bring forward with us to who we are right now. So tonight, I'm going to have a chat with Dave. Might seem a little bit silly, might seem a little bit odd. However, this is an extremely important and powerful thing to do. Because I can guarantee you that little part inside of you that is hanging for a word with you, that would feel comfortable with you, that would feel safe with the man you are today. It's important. So, I'd like to welcome young Dave to the podcast. And mate, it's going to be okay. Right now, in your life, you think that everything's going well. Everything that's happening right now in your life, you've done your best to get to where you are now. So well done. You should feel extremely proud. However, at the same time, you should really start healing. You should really start looking into the things that are holding you back. And the things that are holding you back are your insecurities, your anxiety, your relentless desperation to prove your worth to other people, your inability to be happy at all times whenever things are going good for you. Because you've got so much great going on. You've got some amazing things that you've done, some amazing things that you should feel really proud about, but you don't. On the surface, you bring bravado and machismo and, so much fucking ego to everything that you do, and you say how good you are. But you and I both know what's actually on inside the surface. What's going on just, 5 millimeters below the surface is nothing but insecurity. There's nothing but a facade. You wear this constant mask of masculinity that says, look how strong I am, look how brave I am, look how awesome I am. When really it's, look how weak I am, look how fragile I am, look how terrified I am. It's okay. It's okay. I promise you, it will all work out to be okay. And how do I know this? Because I'm you. I'm 34. I've been through the ups and downs. You're about to be blindsided by a very toxic, terrible relationship that is going to test all of your worth. It's going to make you have suicidal ideation. It's going to give you pretty honest PTSD. You're going to question your sanity more times than you have any idea of. But out of that relationship, you have a daughter. You have the most wonderful, loving, beautiful, intelligent, lovely little girl. And she's almost 10. And that little girl has given you so much purpose. So much purpose. Where you are right now as a young, oh God, what are you? 22, 23. As a 23-year-old, you have no idea what you're capable of. No idea. From where you are right now to what's going to happen in the future, you couldn't imagine what was going to happen. You're going to find the love of your life. And of all places, you're going to find her in a gym. And you two are going to have so much love and so much connection. Not without pain though. At the start, you're going to fuck it up. You're going to be riddled with your insecurities, going through counseling and everything that you do because of the DV incident, because of the PTSD that was associated with the DV and everything else that happens. And you're going to carry that into the start of this relationship. You're not going to fuck it up though. The moment that she says to you, I need you to stop being so insecure, I need you to get help and heal because I hold myself to high standards and you need to hold yourself to high standards, you're going to do it and it's going to be okay. It's going to be a lot of hard work. However, it's going to be okay. Now, I guess that's the big message I want to give to you is no matter what you go through, you will be okay. You will always be provided for. You will always be loved. You'll always be needed. And you're always worthy. Always. These feelings of inadequacy and these insecurities and stuff like that, they're birthed from a lie. And the place that they're really birthed from is because you didn't feel good enough growing up. And the reasons you didn't feel good enough growing up is because when your baby sister came around, you had this heartbreaking moment where you thought, why do my parents need to have another kid? Why do my parents need to have another baby where I should be the one to be able to, create love and happiness and joy and family and all these sorts of things? You felt like you didn't get the love that you deserved growing up. And that's where all of your insecurities come from. That's where your unworthiness comes from, your fear of being seen, your fear of being a failure, your fear of being a success. You're caught in this limbo where you've got one foot on the brake and one foot on the accelerator at all times. You're holding yourself back whilst trying to go. And it doesn't take that much to be able to release your foot off the brake to be able to go wherever you want to go. When you sit alone and you have the crazy thoughts and the negative feelings and stuff that comes up from being alone, these thoughts are actually some of the greatest teachers. Your emotions are meant to be energy in motion. You need to be able to mobilize these things. You need to be able to feel them to completion because they're telling you and showing you signs and symbols from another part of you, a deeper part of you that you haven't even uncovered yet. These parts of your emotions and negative thoughts and stuff like that, this is the thing. This is the key that is going to unlock the rest of your life. And when you unlock the rest of your life, you'll start to create a cascade, a avalanche of other limiting beliefs, negative emotions, of healing, of trauma, abuse, of introspection and uncoupling of old paradigms that were holding you back. The key is in your subconscious. The key is in everyone's subconscious. But Dave, the one thing that I want you to do is I want you to remember always that you're okay and you're going to be okay and you will forever be okay. No matter what, no matter how dark it gets, you will wake to see the sunrise again. Always. And I know this sitting here as a 34-year-old and I can look, 12 years into the future now when I'm 46. And I know exactly the man that I'm going to become because you allowed me to become who I am now, which is pretty cool. The man that I am now, I'm proud of. And you should be fucking proud of too. Because I have moved hell and high water. You will move hell and high water. Because you one day experience this thing that gives you an awakening moment. Call it plant medicine, call it whatever you want to call it. But that was really the first step and the first initiation for you to step into what can seem really scary, into the darkness, into your subconscious, and into the other realm of possibilities. And when you start navigating through that, that's where things start getting interesting. That's where you start finding out so many different things. You learn about infinite possibilities, infinite probabilities. You learn about your unlimited potential. You learn about energy. You learn about psychology. You learn about self-mastery. And I'll tell you what, it's a fucking wild ride. There's many twists and turns. There's many pitfalls that you'll fall into along the way. There's many things that you'll trip over thinking that these are purpose and that these are going to be the things that allow you to, achieve success and stuff like that. They're not. They're just obstacles. They're things that get in your way. Some other things that get in your way that you really need to work on is your addiction to chance, your addiction to gambling, your addiction to self-sabotage. You are an amazing magician. Your manifestation powers are beyond comprehension. You can have and experience anything that you choose to. However, a lot of the time, because of your insecurities and because of your anxiety and because of limiting beliefs, thinking that you're not worthy of love and all these sorts of things, you hold yourself back by self-sabotaging, whether it be relationships, whether it be gambling, whether it be, gambling with crypto. You hold yourself back from the totality of experience of life because you don't feel that you're good enough. And it's so much easier to self-sabotage and to go gamble and to do all these things than it is to have discipline and to be a man of high standards. This whole thing that we've created now at 34 years old is all about standards. And it's all about the standards that your future fiance is going to hold you to. The R.Y.S.E movement is to raise your standards everywhere. So that means not cheating on partners. That means not fucking being sneaky fuck through Instagram and Snapchat and stuff like that. That means being a man of high standards and living in truth. That's what that means. And it means pulling your head in and living on that straight and narrow path. You know what you want, however, you're terrified of aiming at it. And it's okay. You're going to uncover it one day. You need to stop being so hard on yourself. Whilst it's great that you're disciplined and that you train hard and you eat well and all these sorts of things to look after yourself, just remember that it's just a mask. It's not who you really are. And who you really are is a very gentle, sensitive, emotional young man. And if you can admit that, that's where everything else will fall away. The facade, the bravado, the ego, everything else falls away. If you can just present that version of you, the most authentic version of you, as being soft and kind and caring and gentle, whilst also having that hard-ass bastard who is the straight talker that doesn't sugarcoat things, if you can find the balance of those two things, that is perfect. That is you to a T. You've got this, man. You've got this. So, that was the little exercise. There's a part of me inside right now that feels very content. I feel this warmth in my heart. Those feelings that I've got right now, I know because I do so much work with my unconscious. I do so much, meditation and therapy and all these sorts of things. I know this previous version of me, young Dave. I have integrated more and more the parts that I had left behind in the past. It is extremely important that you never leave things undone when it comes to your psychology, when it comes to your overall makeup. Your mind doesn't like operating in fragments. You need to become whole. And that's what a lot of the R.Y.S.E movement is. That's what a lot of, aiming at your straight and narrow path and aiming towards your North Star. That's what this is. This is about raising your standards, yes, but it's also about becoming who you're meant to be. The only way that you can become who you're meant to be is by tying up all the loose ends and the open loops that are still there, ready for you to close them and open up new loops into the future. Open up new pathways, new possibilities, new probabilities, and tapping into that completely unlimited potential. So an exercise for you guys to do is pull up an old photo. Pull up an old photo that you used to have that you felt proud of, that you were happy with that version of you in the past. and then talk to that previous version. Talk to them as if they're your best friend. Talk to them as if they're your son. Because I can guarantee you, you'll uncover so many wonderful things. And you'll be able to have things that you wish were said to you, said by you. It is such a powerful thing. So right now, while I'm feeling nice and warm, I'm going to sit in this feeling, and hell, I might even talk to him a little bit more. So for today's episode of the R.Y.S.E movement, that's what we're doing. And I hope you do too. Much love, take care, and until I see you on Thursday for Q&A Thursday. Bye guys.
Thank you for being with me today. Thank you for subscribing and leaving a review. It really helps us out. Until next time, take care and much love.